خير في الجميع. الشهر عقد أست 41 واعتكاف خلوات وزار رياض والسلوك في هذا المسجد الله تعالى ورضا الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. مدد يا سيدي. الله 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 الله
عزيز
الله
الله الله
الله الله كريم الله 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 سبحان الله 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 سلطان الله. أنت السلطان، أنت ربنا ونحن عبادتك. وانصرنا. نحن عبادك الضعيف والعجز. You're helpless and weak servants. Helpless. We're intending to follow our Prophet ﷺ, to follow his way, holy way, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to follow the way of our grand Shaykh al-Awliya, and the way of our Shaykh. And we're falling down, but asking to continue as much as we can. May Allah grant us more power to step on our egos and come. Bayezid Bastami, Allah bless him, Qaddasallahu Siru Ali, Sultan al-Arifin. He said one time, it's reported that he said, "Oh my Lord," he was making dua, speaking to his Lord, "You're so far, how I can come to you?" And the answer came back, "No, I'm so close. It's only one step. Step on your ego and come. Step on your ego and come." We hear it, but to do it's something else. All of us have this obstacle with us. We all have our ego. Very difficult to. Ego demands that we follow it. Follow him, follow her. How do you want to describe ego? With which pronoun? Ego demands we follow what it wants. And Prophet said, "Don't follow your ego, follow me." And Shaykh is advising his murids, follow. Try to use your belief power. When there's no test, it's easy to imagine that we're big mujahids struggling in the way of Allah, fighting our egos and shaitan. When a test comes, it's a different story. It's a different story. Therefore, Allah says, surely you'll be tested. What's that ayah? Surely you will be tested. That one or another. وَلِيَبْلُوَنَكُمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَالنَّقْصِ مِنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ. Surely you will be tested in things you don't like. Loss of life, loss of the fruits of your labors. So many things our egos don't like. We test it in ourselves, in our families. وبشر المؤمنين الذين أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة. Like that. Those who say Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un, we belong to Allah, and to Allah is our return. But ego is calling us always to dunya, and likes to be in dunya forever, never willing to follow prophets, and he's promising akhirah. Allah promising akhirah. We say we believe, but to choose between dunya and akhirah is very difficult. Therefore, tests are given bit by bit, bit by bit. And the Shaykh's tests are very inclusive. They cover every aspect. Whatever a person's weak points need to be improved, the Shaykh's test reaches to that in everything. We're asking to make our following all right, inshallah. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. And he is with you wherever you are. Every time you're looking. The Prophet used to say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma la taqilna ila nafsi tarfat ayn wa la tanzi min salihah ma ataytini innaka in taqilni ila nafsi tukarrini min ash-sharri wa tubayini min al-khair. Don't leave me to my ego, even the blink of an eye. For sure, if you leave me to myself, I'll do something to wreck everything. Throw away all the beautiful favors you granted to me. And it's true. Don't leave me to my ego. Make my heart to be with my Shaykh, that he is with Grand Shaykh and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, with Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Step by step, step by step. Shaykh Nazim said you have to take the one closest to you on the chain. Make my heart with him, not my heart to be with my ego. Not to take my ego as Ilah, as God, as the guide, as the Lord, as God. It's difficult. Ego's secret target is to say, Inni rabbakum Allah, or more than that also. Like Fir'aun, he said, I am your greatest Lord. Ego says at least that. Shaykh Nazim gave a talk about a blessing about shirk, to make partners with Allah. Some people, he said, he's making shaitan to be partner for Allah. Sometime with shaitan, sometime with Allah. Some people is making shaitan to be Allah. Yeah. Asking not to fall into those categories, but to firm our steps. ربنا أخرج علينا صبرا وثبت أقدامنا Quran says, did you think you would enter the garden without passing what previous generations passed or faced? They were shaken to their core until they said, where is the help of Allah? Even the prophets among them says, where is the help of Allah? Allah says, Allah inna nasrullahi qareeb. Allah's help is nearby. He's ready. But we have to believe in it. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, amanu billahi wa rasulihi wal yawmil akhir. Quran says, you who believe, oh you who believe, believe. Mawlana Shaykh used to use that ayat, always saying, improve your belief power from the step you're at to the next one, and then to the next one, and then to the next one. The Shaykh is calling his followers to improve their belief power more and more and more. Not to believe in dunya, but to believe in akhirah, fancy. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ. I was with them or with you wherever you are. Either kum in the plural or kum in the formal. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ. It's correct both ways in grammar, Arabic. Ma'akum means with you, in the plural formal or the plural. Individual formal or plural. If the Shaykh is saying he's with his murid, say no, he's sitting in Michigan, he's very sick now, and he must be another aspect we're not paying attention to. Shaykh is withdrawing from his bodily existence and asking his murids to believe in what they can't see. We're intending to follow, to do our best. May Allah forgive us and make us grant us good choices. Oh, my Shaykh, I leave my choice to you. Not to put my will in front of my Shaykh's will. I saw one time in London, in London, Shaykh Nazim was speaking some things. The Turkish government doesn't like it. He was speaking about the Ottomans, bring back Ottoman practices and values. And he finished what he wanted to say. That time, the Turkish government didn't like that kind of talk. And Shaykh Nazim finished his talk, it went upstairs. This is in London, at the Priory. And two people went up to advise Shaykh Nazim, don't speak like this. You're going to Turkey in a while and you face a difficulty. They sat with him for a while and came down. Then Shaykh Nazim came down and said, MashaAllah, my murids came to teach me how to speak, what to say, to caution, to advise me. One of them said, I took it as a test. They say test, not to put your will in front of the sheikh's will. Just happened, somebody else I know was about going to, I had it in my mind to advise the sheikh to change his course. And he told a renowned expert in biophysics to say, and military strategist to say to me, tell him Sheikh doesn't make mistakes. But Sayyidi, I came to be praised. That's your praise. You want to be praised? Believe in your Sheikh. Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to say, with regard to our rizq, our sustenance, he used to say, if the whole sky was covered with iron plates and the whole earth was covered with iron plates, so picture the iron plates, rivets holding it down. Don't be in doubt for your rizq. It means for everything. Don't be in doubt, no matter what the outward situation looks. The divine help to reach. Sayyidina Yaqub said in Quran, La tayasu min rawhillah. Don't never lose hope. What's tayasu? Don't give up hope. Rawhillah. Don't fall into despair. La taqnatu min rahmatillah. Don't fall into despair of Allah's hope. This world is a testing ground. Every part of our lives is under test. The believer is, for non-believers, it's a paradise. They do everything they like. For believers, it's a testing ground. It's difficult. You have to choose faith each time. And ego never likes it. Ego never likes it. That's why they don't like for there to be sheikhs. Without sheikh, I can say I'm following Allah with perfect tawheed because it's the Allah of my imagination. It means I'm following my ego. My ego masquerading as Allah. Everyone's ego is like that. Secret target of the ego is to declare itself Lord. When you have someone, hardest thing is to say yes to someone. When it's something you like, okay. When it's something you don't like, Quran says sometimes something is prescribed for you, you don't like it and it's good for you. Sometimes something you like is not good for you. Our ego is never going to choose the thing it doesn't like. Only chooses what it likes. And Tariqat training, be able to choose what he likes. May Allah forgive us. And you say, as much as I can carry, I can't say something that I can't do it or have no chance of doing it. If you say to somebody, you must do it like this, and they can't do it, it comes back on the one who said it. Don't give orders to people, you say. Everyone according to their own conscience, damir. They have to weigh their situation and everything according to their conscience, and then to move according to that. Wa inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. May Allah make us to step on the steps of faith, steps of Iman. Someone come. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Marhaban. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. 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 Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Sheikh Nazim was invited to a very fancy Pakistani Eid dinner one time. And they began, Marhaban. He could continue 15 minutes because they were singing not like that. Alhamdulillah. May Allah grant us to follow our Sheikh and alaykum salam and to choose our steps well, inshallah. May He support us in goodness. Everyone has damir, conscience. If your steps are on true, conscience will sign true. Your steps is false, conscience will say stop. Ibn Habash, the Murid of Ibn Arabi, used to say, put your candle out into the darkness, pull up on the reins of your horse when you come to a dark tunnel, and put your candle out into the darkness. If it comes back lit, it means your conscience. If your conscience says, okay, go ahead. If conscience says no, otherwise, may Allah give us more power to listen to it, to heed it, to make our steps true. Bihurmat Habib, Bihurmat Fatih. Amin. Amin. Amin.